Hey, it's Harry from Daddy Barbecue again. I'm doing a user viewer request today. One of the YouTube viewers asked me, Harry, can you cook a tri-tip like a brisket? So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little experiment to find out. I have here a brisket I'm going to be cooking, and I'm going to cook a tri-tip in the same pit. So we'll see how the results come out. I'm as curious as you are. I've never cooked a tri-tip like a brisket. It's usually something that you don't do because it's kind of like a ribeye steak. It's very tender already. You don't need to cook it for 10-14 hours to tenderize it. But on a brisket, you need to cook it for a long time. We're going to try to cook this tri-tip to about 200 degrees, which is about the temperature that a brisket is done. And we're going to share the results with you in this video. Inject the tri-tip now. I'm going to use a smoky oki injection, as well as my Moolah beef rub, One First Place USA. So we're going to treat this tri-tip just like I would do for brisket. We'll inject the tri-tip just like a brisket, and then we will cook it in the pit, and at the same time as this brisket here. So I have a actual competition brisket I'm cooking, and I'm cooking at the same time my tri-tip cooked brisket style. Cook it to about 200 degrees, see how it comes out. I don't usually do this because I always cook a tri-tip till it's medium rare because it's already tender. You can see the tri-tip is pretty soft. It doesn't have a lot of connective tissue, so there's no collagen for you to render. The brisket, on the other hand, has a lot of connective tissue. It's really hard. It takes many hours to cook it to get it to be nice and tender. But once you get to that sweet spot of tenderness, it's absolutely amazing to eat a brisket. So we'll cook the tri-tip today, brisket style, and run this experiment, share with you guys the results. Injecting with the grain. Notice how I pull the needle out as I'm injecting, put my finger over the hole, move on to the next, and I'm injecting it in about 1 inch increments. So that's how the championship technique looks like. I'm going to move over one layer, go to the next row here, like so, inject, withdraw, inject the liquid, pull it out, put my finger over, move 1 inch over, fill it out with the injection, and slowly work my way systematically, inch by inch, into the meat to make sure that every square inch of the meat is covered with the injection. Nicely injected. And I'm ready to put on the rub now. Slap your daddy beef rub on it here. Apply a nice even coat of rub. The way you apply a rub is you have to make sure that you apply it nice and evenly, not too close to the meat, a little bit higher, maybe about 6 to 8 inches, and that way you can get a nice even coat like this. And you want to stop when the meat becomes opaque underneath, and that's enough rub because I calibrated the level of saltiness very carefully. So if you do exactly what I show you here, you're going to get the same championship results that I'm able to get to win those $10,000 checks. So there you have it. So it's nice and opaque. That's about the right amount of rub for the tri-tip. We're going to start our fire on the Charcoal Summit, and it's a great pit to use. We use some Jealous Devil 100% hardwood charcoal, and we're going to use the charcoal starter from Instafire. Just 2 great products to try when you're at home and you want to light your pits. charcoal salmon is running like clockwork at around 275 degrees. I have the vent shut off where the little small P-shaped area on the vent is open inside. So I decided to make a change. I moved the tri-tip away on its own because I wanted the brisket to kind of sit right in the middle. And when the tri-tip was on it, the brisket was kind of offset, so I didn't like that. So I'm going to cook the brisket on its own. I've since moved the tri-tip over to my Green Mountain pellet cooker. We're cooking both meats at 275. We're cooking the tri-tip brisket style with the injection as well as the same rub using the same technique. We're cooking until the crust sets, and then we're going to wrap it in foil with some brisket mop and cook it until it's about 195 to 208 degrees, so that the tri-tip will be cooked like a brisket. The crust is set on the tri-tip, so I'm going to cook it like a brisket. It's a little bit of mop on it, and we're going to foil it just like a brisket. Cook it until it's tender, way beyond the normal medium rare that I cook my tri-tip. But to answer my YouTube viewer request, I'm going to do this the brisket way. Here's the tri-tip, cooked to about 210 degrees, like a brisket, wrapped in foil with a little beef broth here. And I'm gonna take it out and slice it like a brisket and see how it fares. Cut it this way, nice and tender, kind of looks like a brisket. Smoke ring, super tender, nice smoke ring. Cut it slices here, very tender. One here. Looks like a brisket. Alright, there you have it. Tri-tip cooked like a brisket. Now for the taste test. Let's see, it's injected just like a brisket. Nice smoke ring. Very good. The texture is just like brisket. So like a good flat, good flavor. Injection is coming through. Nice rub. So just all in all, a very, very good piece of tri-tip. Is this better than a brisket? You know, it's pretty close. I'm completely amazed. Very juicy, very tender. Thanks to my YouTube viewer, I have now found a new way to cook tri-tip. I cook it like a brisket. You can see nice, beautiful smoke ring around it. Looks just like a brisket. Taste-wise, texture, just like a brisket. So very good. I would never have guessed. So thank you to my YouTube viewer who suggested I cook a tri-tip like a brisket. It's not bad, and it's tastes very close to a brisket flat. Lots of flavor, and I now learned something new. I'm going to add this tri-tip brisket style to my toolkit of ways to cook tri-tip. Hope you enjoyed this video. I got a lot of ideas coming, and please like and subscribe and share the video. And as I up my game in cooking tri-tip, I'm going to be upping your game also. Until the next video, we'll see ya.